My name is Aldeen Isaac. I am from the beautiful island of Saint Kitts. It is in the Caribbean. It's about 50,000 people, so it's relatively small. Yes, I heard about University of Tampa through an honor society, the Beta Gamma Sigma. So I absolutely jumped at the opportunity and I fell in love with the campus. It was very tropical, it was right next to the river walks, it was absolutely beautiful, reminded me of home, couldn't say no to it. So I ended up studying my master's of accounting there, and it took about a year and a half. So I'm officially a graduate of the University of Tampa. So the Beta Gamma Sigma Honor Society is an honor society that is by invitation only to the top 10% students in the whole United States. I guess just the different cultures in general was a bit of a culture shock for me. I think people there were just pretty friendly because it's not just Floridians living there. There's so many people from across the world, even from across the US. I thought it was a pretty diverse campus. So I think it was easy to fit in and adjust to the whole university life in Tampa. So I wouldn't really say it was a big adjustment. It's just a culture shock for me. That was definitely one of the things that I was looking for in a university. And I definitely did find a Caribbean Students Association there where I was able to connect with other students from the Caribbean, mainly Bahamas, Cayman Islands, and of course, some from the Lesser Antilles as well. In terms of inclusion and diversity events on campus, there are so many. There were just random pop-up events where you come into the courtyard and there's events for Hispanics, or you find like an event for Blacks or events for Whites. You find different ethnicities. There are some for like Asians. We had like Asian food day. So there's just a bunch of different opportunities to, I guess, experience different cultures and meet new people. I actually did my undergrad in the States as well, but in Texas. So I guess in Texas, I experienced all 4 seasons, sometimes in one day. So that was definitely different from Florida, where it's just always really nice weather. You don't have to check the weather before you go outside. And everyone in Tampa pretty much sets up a hammock next to the trees and just chill outside. So I guess that was different for me. In terms of the teaching and classroom style, the school that I went to in Texas was relatively smaller than University of Tampa, so I guess it was more tight-knit there. But at the University of Tampa, it was more of I guess it was a master's degree too, so it was more of a hands-on, you have to get it done yourself, or minimal teamwork. I'm guessing that's just the master's program in general in terms of the differences, but I just think they were pretty similar in some ways and then completely different in others. It's pretty similar to other schools where you must have a foundation in some courses, such as, of course, they want you to have the basics in accounting. And in order to get into a class, you must have a certain number of credits, I guess, in a subject such as law or cost accounting. And I think everything should be on the UT website in terms of trying to figure out if you meet the requirements or not. But it was pretty easy for me because pretty much every undergraduate degree in accounting would cover those basics. So, yeah. I would say the degree is probably a year and a half, but it could be completed in a year if you do take summer classes. That's definitely an option that many of my classmates did, just get it out of the way. In terms of the required courses, I think it was about I want to say I took about 3 courses each semester, so that's about 9 required courses, and then electives would have been about maybe 2 or 3. I personally was interested in fraud, so that was one of the electives that I took. I also took auditing part 2, which would be helpful in my CPA exam. So I think in terms of picking electives, you should more gear towards your interests. So there are people who are interested in trading stocks, they more go towards the finance electives. It's just really dependent on you, but you have the option to choose whatever you want to. Career Services Center, they were awesome. Like, they were next level, top notch awesome. They did so many career events. There were job fairs, internship fairs, there were degree-specific fairs, especially for accounting and finance majors. Of course, I attended all of them because why not? And I was able to get in touch with one of the ambassadors there, where she was able to sit down with me, go over my resume, tell me what I should fix, what I should put in. And she was so patient. She gave me a lot of tips, a lot of advice. And she even guided me to this website that UT has, where it's pretty much a digital interview. So you can practice your interview skills, and they tell you how to improve, things you should say, things you shouldn't say. They watch your body language, how many times you blink. So it's just really good resource here at UT. Accounting is multifaceted. There's so many different aspects to it, and I didn't really grasp how wide and diverse it was until I got, into my degree at UT. There are so many designations as well. It's not just a CPA that you can go after. There's also the Certified Fraud Examiner for those who are interested in fraud. There's also CIA for those who are interested in internal audit. There are just a bunch of different avenues that you can go to. So I would definitely recommend for people to research first and definitely try to see which avenue or path to take that lines up with their interests. We definitely had group work. We definitely worked on projects. We did going out into the field where we were able to help people with their tax returns. That was definitely different, definitely fun. We were able to do a lot of presentations, sometimes even teaching. You got an opportunity to do your own research and then present it to the class, and in that way you were teaching. We were able to do a lot of hands-on work, so preparing financial statements, doing tax research, just pretty much getting a hands-on approach to how it would be in the real world. So I think we got a little bit of all the different teaching styles in there. Like I mentioned, I did work very closely with the career services at UT, and it is through one of the virtual job fairs that I was able to land a job here in Tampa. Yes, I was able to land an internship at a CPA firm, and they recently made me full-time. So I moved to Orlando to the bigger office, and I am really crossing my fingers and my toes that everything goes well with the work visa and able to stay here for an extra 3 years. And then we'll see where it goes from there. But I'm definitely open to all the opportunities that the United States have, and we'll see where the future takes me. One thing that I really liked about UT was the location. It's right in the heart of town. It's very accessible to everything. Like for me personally, I didn't have a car and had no problems getting around. There's so many bars and clubs, restaurants. I still have not tried them all because there are so many. So I think if you're someone that likes to go out or try new places, it's definitely a really good place for you. And also if you're not an outgoing person and you just prefer being outdoors, it's also a good place for you because like I said, there's so many students who just sit by the river walk and just have a picnic or chill in their hammocks, ride their bikes. So it's just pretty much open for everyone and everything.